For those of you who are new to our channel, welcome. We are the Same Nicole and Fifi show here on YouTube, and we are a dynamic mother-daughter duo, and we talk about all things love, life, relationships on our channel. From both the millennial perspective and the Generation X perspective. I'm Sammy Nicole. This is my beautiful mother, Fifi. So, got our legs crossed tonight. Any classy vibes. You know we're already classy. What are we talking about tonight?
Oh, that's right. We're talking about Lori Harvey.
Yes.
The infamous Lori Harvey.
The Lori Harvey.
Now, what y'all think? Do you all think that Lori Harvey is really dating all of these people? Or is it something that's to just boost her image and it's for show?
Okay, so for those who don't know who Lori Harvey is, gotta give them some context. And not everybody knows who she is. She is the stepdaughter to Steve Harvey, the comedian, and his wife, Marjorie Harvey. She's been publicly known to date Trey Songz, Diddy, allegedly, Diddy's son, Justin Combs, allegedly, Future, Memphis Depay, an international world-renowned soccer player, allegedly Akon's brother, Boo, and
Boo.
Now, yes, his name, Boo, the African, and now Michael B. Jordan.
So what y'all think?
I think, well, she's 24. She's a Capricorn like me. I think she's just living her life. But a lot of people are giving her praise because they're like, girl, you keep you a man, especially every year around the time for your birthday. You break up with one guy and you get you another one. Then, on the other hand, some people are saying that she's, a hoe. She's this, she's that. But I just think she's dating smart. But at the same time, we don't know how she is behind closed doors. We don't know what type of emotional issues she may have. She may not have healed from Future and maybe just trying to get over him with Michael B. Jordan. I mean, that's a nice way to try to get over somebody. I'm not really a fan of his, but he's a nice little piece. So I don't know. I mean, she's getting love, hate, mixed signals. Some people are hating on her, say she's a pass around. Other people are like, girl, yes, you're 24, you're beautiful, you're rich, date them all.
Date them all.
Mm-hmm.
I say date them all. But, it kind of looks kind of hoish to me.
Does it look hoish to you when a man does it? Like, say, for instance, like an Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, that's hoish too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, at least you're fair.
Yeah, that's hoish too.
So you would say...
Men are hoish.
Right.
Yeah.
I do like that she never tells us her business about who she's dating. She just posts pictures.
Well, she's a Capricorn.
And she don't respond to y'all in the comments when y'all say slick stuff. It's just
she doesn't entertain you all because you all are not on the same level that she's on.
Correct.
And when you're not on the same level as individuals, you ignore them. Why give feed into something that
the peasants.
I didn't want to say it. Pretty much. You just ignore people.
She's looking down on us.
Yeah.
Peasants.
Yeah.
Let me go get in my Lamborghini truck.
Exactly. Why waste energy arguing back and forth with somebody that you think is beneath you?
Mm-hmm.
And, that's the way she feels. So, I don't know how she feels, but that's my thought process of it. But they look good together. Huh?
They do.
Michael B. Jordan.
They do. Some people are
together.
saying it's fake. Some people are saying he's paying her, or vice versa, for publicity, for clout, to get her name pushed out there in Hollywood more. Yeah. I don't know.
But they look nice.
They look good. They looking good on vacay together.
They've been on vacay a long time.
Yes.
Somebody said in the comments on the Shade Room, they've been on vacation for a long time. Well, when you got money, you can go on vacation for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
Yeah. It's very spicy, very sexy couple.
And I think Marjorie and Steve are with them too, because I think they're celebrating his birthday as well.
Yeah, he's also a Capricorn. And Steve said he liked them.
Yeah, he said he liked this one, but he still got his eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Steve said. So kudos to Lori Harvey, honey. Now
May she continue to date, live her life. You know
live
she
your
gonna marry
best
well.
life. Yeah, live your best life. You know, be safe and go on about your business. No, nobody can live your life but you. You know, and we're somebody's always gonna have something to say.
That's true. I feel like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Somebody's
especially
always
as like black women. I hate to get on my trope, but I'm on it. Hello.
Yeah.
But I do feel like as black women, sometimes our judgment is a lot harsher in society versus non-black women. I feel like they have more luxury to date around and make mistakes, whereas with us, we get criticized a lot quicker. We get shunned more. And I think that has to do, you know, just back to racism. A lot of things lead back to racism, just how we kind of tear down each other. Just even other women calling her a pass around in a hoe. And I'm like, but you got 3 kids by 3 different men and we're never married. Who are you to call somebody a hoe? You know? Girl, bye. But, you know, people will still judge. I mean...
Yeah, they will. They will. But, you know, kudos to her and to him. We'll see if it's real or not. How long does that?
We'll see how long this lasts.
What usually they last
6 months to 8, 6 to 11 months. They usually last, and then it's almost to somebody else.
So we'll see.
They look good together. I mean, he looks like he's into her. They got pet names. I think her name is Turtle, and she called him Nugget.
Oh wow. Oh my.
He calls her Turtle.
Alright.
They cute though. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about. Did you see Masika Kalysha, the reality TV star from the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? She literally got She got engaged a week ago. They had a big party, family and friends. It was all over the Shade Room. And then yesterday or today, she announces she called the engagement off because he was trying to use her for a come up.
Oh really? Wow.
Should you post your engagement? Like if you get engaged, should you post your engagement party and everything?
Yeah, some people take engagement pictures. They have announcements. Yeah, some people do a big to-do for engagement. Yeah, have engagement party. Yeah. That is strange.
Maybe that's just Hollywood. Maybe that's just. I mean, she got a baby by Fetty Wap, so we should have known something was off about it then. But that was just strange. Like you have an engagement party 1 week, and then the next week you call it off.
It probably was never real from the start.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know, you millennials, nothing surprises me. But you guys,
They didn't call engagements off back in the day in the 80s and 90s.
We didn't have no engagement parties. Hell, you got married. You just got married. I don't remember nobody having no engagement. Yes, I do. Because I was born and raised in Gary. And I remember in the Post-Tribune, they would have a section of announcements. And they would announce engagements. And they would have pictures of the couples getting married. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was Caucasians and not African Americans that post their announcements in the daily newspaper. So I don't think, y'all let me know. I mean, is that something African Americans do? Do an engagement announcement or have a big to-do party? I mean, you get your ring and you be like, I'm engaged, but
he finally proposed, y'all.
He finally got his divorce and we gonna get married. But I mean, I don't remember. I just don't recall African Americans doing like a big to do. I mean, you know, some do. You know, prestige. You know, people who want everybody to know that they're getting married. Socialites or something like that. But you have your ring and you're like, I'm engaged. I'm getting married.
And that's that.
And now she's had this big to do, and now they're not getting married. Okay. Okay, so
he tried to
whatever
use up her
went on after was going on before.
Correct.
Okay.
So that leads me to my next segue. What is going on with just us as a society, men and women, just a desperation to be in relationships, even when we know there are signs, like you just said, that you don't need to be with this person, you don't need to marry them, but you still, you know, you don't have no business with this person, but
because women don't want to be
still in the
alone.
relationship.
People have issues being alone, and it comes from it's a little deeper than I don't want to be alone. It comes from your pathology. It comes from I was looking at an interview with Salt and Pepper on the Wendy Williams show, and she talked about her divorce and how she's healing from it, and how she learned that there was pieces from her childhood that played a factor in her relationship and her marriage, as far as the type of men that she was picking and the type of husband that she picked. And so it has a lot to do with our pathology, you know, why we think that we have to settle. Whether it has something to do with the way we were raised, the relationship that we had with our mother, the relationship that we had with our father or our siblings. So, or all. Mm-hmm. So it goes a little bit deeper than, you know, I'm settling. I don't want to be alone. I want this man no matter what. I know, you know, he's not good for me. But it goes, it's a more deeper cause. It's a deeper cause as to why we settle for somebody that we know wholeheartedly down in our gut that he's not a good man. But we still choose to want to be with him. So it has a lot to do with our pathology. And that's a known fact. And that's what I learned from therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So that's, what do you think? Why do women settle?
I agree. I think codependency. And they feel like if they leave, they're missing out on something. Easy. They
get comfortable.
Lack of discernment, or they don't trust their discernment. And they just don't have the tools to know that they're going to be okay. You know, right. They feel like they're deeply invested even though the man isn't. And they feel like they're breaking up a home when there really is no home to break up.
Worried about what other people are going to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've been married a long time or been with someone for a long time, we'll be worried about people, what they think or what they're going to say. But you know, I know women that have been in relationships for years and it's toxic. It's not healthy. And they just, you know, part of them want to leave, but I just don't think they know how to go about leaving or what step to take to leave, you know, and just holding on to anything they can to stay in the relationship. And it you know, it will make you sick, literally.
Mm-hmm.
It will take a toll on you, you know, being in an unhealthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it does affect you physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. It does.
Instead of, you know, realizing that, okay, it's okay to be with you by yourself. It's not a bad thing. It's nothing like a peace of mind. I'm telling you, it's nothing like being able to just get to know you and to accept things, you know, for what they are, and know that that's not what you want. That's not good for you. That's not the type of relationship that you want. And I also, let me see if I can remember this. I also heard a therapist say that we can't let anything come in our space. She put it like our space has different rooms, but all of the rooms are filled up with toxic things, toxic relationships, toxic past, just toxic situations. So we never let that go. So there's no vacancy, there's no emptiness, there's no room for anything new.
Vacancy.
Anything new to come in. If we keep holding on to something that's toxic, how can something else come in? And you'll be surprised once you let go of all those toxic things. Then you have room to bring in good things in your life. So sometimes you just gotta let it go and trust and believe that it's the best thing for you, and it's gonna work out. And let new things come in. Why do you want to be with something or someone, or have something, or in your life that doesn't bring you happiness, that doesn't bring you joy? I just don't get that.
I don't either.
I don't get that. You're waking up every day
aggravated or pins and needles because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Or you feel slighted. You feel
and you're mad. You have an attitude. Why do you want that in your life? It's nothing like waking up in the morning knowing that you have a peace of mind. No one is disrespecting you. No one is talking down to you. No one is mentally, physically abusing you. Why do you want that in your life? And from my therapy, going back to my therapy, I was told by my therapist, because some people aren't connected to themselves. And when you're connected to yourself, when you're exposed and treated that way, it makes you angry. It makes you angry when someone disrespects you, when someone doesn't honor you, when someone doesn't take your value or your worth at a high standard. It makes you angry when you're connected to yourself. So that's what I learned in therapy. And people who aren't connected to themselves, they're okay with that. They can stay in relationships like that, and it doesn't bother them. And it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy to be disconnected from yourself, when you're letting someone just totally disrespect you all the time. You're accepting that, because people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. That's just it. Period. If you allow someone to disrespect you, then they'll disrespect you. And if you feel like you got to be disrespected in order to be in a relationship, then that's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. Or you have to constantly remind someone to respect you, or you're always on pins and needles because you know that they're always doing something that's disrespectful to you. That's not a relationship.
It's an emotional roller coaster, and it's unhealthy.
And then you start to convince yourself, because you want to be in this relationship, you don't want to be alone. So you start to convince yourself that what they're doing, you start to make excuses for what they're doing. Oh, it's all right. Well, I'm just going to do this. Well, he didn't hit me. Next time he'll do, or she'll do this, or he'll say this, but it's okay. And then, you start to get comfortable with it, because you start to play mind games with yourself, making excuses for their disrespectful behavior. So, and I think that's why I think women, or it could be men too, stay in relationships like that, because they're not, the bottom line is they're not connected to themselves. There's a disconnect.
And they're seeking outside validation.
They're
looking for something that they should have within themselves and somebody else.
And the deep root of that comes from their pathology. It comes from your pathology. That's where it starts. Anything that we go through emotionally, it comes from our pathology. Somewhere down the line when we were, young, something happened with a relationship, and it stems, it goes with us as we get older, and how we, have our relationships, we interact with other people when we get grown. So as adults, it all stems from, when we're young. So.
Yep, it does. So yeah, y'all, tell us, what are your thoughts on this topic, and why you think people stay in certain relationships. And let us know what your experience has been on this subject matter. Anything else you want to say, Fifi? Dropping some nuggets?
No, I just, what I want to say to women in general, it's okay to go to therapy and get help and stop self-healing. One thing that I hate to see is women
self-medicating.
Yes, especially African American women. We like to self-heal, self-medicate. Instead of going to get help, it is okay to seek help. And then we start to dump, we think that we're healed. We do our self-healing. Then we go on to other women and start to dump our hurt into other women by giving them advice, by giving them hurt advice from our hurt space. Instead of healing, going to therapy and healing ourselves, and let them women go to therapy. Suggest therapy to them. Tell other women how therapy you go to therapy and let them know how therapy has helped you. Because there's people who are educated out there to help you. And, instead of being on the internet listening to, it's so many people that are on social media
giving advice, and
I call it hurt advice from a hurt place.
And they have so many issues and childhood traumas themselves that they haven't worked through, and they're projecting it onto others. They really don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're not balanced at all.
Not at all. They have memberships, and you can call in and talk to them for this amount of money and let them know all your business. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. And it's just sad, to see people on social media taking advantage of people who are hurt. People are hurting emotionally from bad relationships, from things that have went on in their lives. And people are taking advantage of that. And it's just so sad that they're charging people $60 to get on a phone call, when that could be most co-pays are $30 to go to a therapist. But you're going to pay somebody that's not trained educationally,
going through their own issues,
they haven't fully healed, to tell all your business to, when you can pay your $30, $40, $50 copay and go see a licensed professional
that can give you techniques and tools
to use to process whatever you're going through. So that's what I'm gonna get on my soapbox about that. But
girl, get on your soapbox.
But it just upsets me to the most highest to see people taking advantage of other people in their low emotional state, especially women, because we are emotional creatures anyway.
Men are too, but they show it in different ways. A lot of times through anger or violence, because that's more socially accepted than crime.
Yeah. But if you're going through something emotionally and you need to seek help, go see a professional counselor, a therapist. Go see somebody instead of getting on social media, reaching out to some video vixen that's that has Googled a couple topics and she thinks she is well schooled on the topic, and she comes back to her social media page and she tries to tell you what you should do. That's not the way to go. Go get help. Go get some professional help. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, that was a word. So, as Queen Priestess Iyanla Van Zant would say, do the work, beloved.
Do the work and heal. Do the work and heal. Mm-hmm. Do the work and heal. Okay.
All right, y'all. So that's the message we got for this video. Do the work and heal. All right, y'all. But on a serious note, again, let us know what you think down in the comment section. I'm Sammy Nicole. This is the beautiful Fifi. We are the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show. And until next time. Also, please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, until next time. Bye.